List of the 5 most famous and greatest statues in the world. Statues and art sculptures are an intense symbol of ancient or modern civilizations, and a directed expression of a certain value. There are many famous statues around the world that attract a large number of tourists and visitors every year. First, David, the statue of David, by Michelangelo, was completed on September 8, 1504. It is a gigantic statue, approximately 6 meters in length. It was an unfinished sculpture by another sculptor, which Michelangelo acquired to create David. This masterpiece is a statue of a naked male standing with his entire body leaning on one leg while his other leg is stretched out. This position suggests an imminent movement. With Michelangelo's creativity, you can see the tension that the statue gives you to feel the stimulation and excitement of David's next movement, where David stands waiting. His enemy is waiting for the right moment to move. The religious and political meaning of this great statue, which is considered one of the most famous statues in the world. Second, Venus de Milo, sometimes known as Aphrodite of Milus. It is one of the most famous ancient classical statues carved from marble. It is named after the place where it was carved, Milos, one of the Greek islands. Discovered in 1820 by a Greek farmer inside a cave, the statue was broken in half, missing the arm and without its base. The statue was bought by a French naval officer for the French ambassador in Turkey, who gifted it to the French government as encouragement or compensation for France's loss of another statue of Venus. The 2 missing women were holding the velvet cover that covered their lower half, while the second hand held a mirror in which Venus contemplated her beauty. But most accounts mention that next to the statue was discovered a hand holding an apple, perhaps the apple that Paris gave to Aphrodite, Venus. The statue of Venus de Milo is today in Paris in the Louvre Museum, and it is one of the most famous and most important sculptures in the world. Third, the Thinker, one of the most famous statues, known in French as Le Penseur. It is a marble and bronze statue of the French sculptor Auguste Rodin. The statue is in the Musée Rodin in Paris, and it embodies a meditating man wrestling with his innermost thoughts with deep thoughts. The statue often represents philosophy. The nude statue is considered by philosophers as a symbol of heroism and a sign of the art of thought, along with poetry. Fourthly, Pieta, number 4 on our list, is another great creation by Michelangelo. Pieta statue of the Virgin Mary holding Christ, her only son, in her arms. Prior to sculpting the Pieta, Michelangelo's name was not well known. Angelo sculpted a Pieta using a single slab of marble, completing this famous masterpiece in just 2 years. Fifthly, Our Lady of Justice. The Lady of Justice sculpture is among the greatest sculptures globally recognized. Interestingly, this statue is found in most of the legal buildings and houses of justice in the world. This is the truth behind the popularity of this sculpture. This statue is known by various names, such as Justice for the Blind and Scales of Justice, but the most widely known name is Our Lady of Justice. The statue dates back to the ancient Roman era, considering this lady the goddess of law and justice.